All right, exciting news. Microsoft's Reading Coach is now available in Prairie Rose with our uh, district login. Now, we still can't access Reading Progress, which is the real powerful tool because it's in Teams, which we don't have access to as teachers, but you will love Reading Coach. So, we're going to go to coach.microsoft.com and you'll get this screen. Now you can click up here, available for schools now, or you can just scroll down to where it says students and educators. And we now have it turned on in Prairie Rose, so you can click here where it says start reading and it will load up and your very brand new page will look like this. You can see that we have 20 minutes left to go. It does rewards, and there are some other pieces over here that we're going to take a look at. We are going to pop over to a different window to do that where I have more information. And so you can see here that I have been reading in this account. And so it gives us a couple different pieces of information. It tracks our reading, and you'll see that it is waiting to give me a reward. And there are some different ways that we can read. One way we can read something is from a library. And so you can pick different levels, and you can see here that it has the lexile levels. These would map really nicely onto our map reading scores. And so here's level 2 in the 270s. And this is into, so if we look at this one, it's an 820 reading level about Pearl Harbor. You can see that it gets quite detailed. Okay, we're just going to close out of that. We can also add our own passage. And so you might really love this part. What we can do is so you can see here I have a UFLI passage. I'm going to copy this text, and it's lesson 43 called Let's Golf. So right now I'm going to just paste that in here, and I'm going to say Let's Golf. And so I've got that in there as a UFLI passage. And now under my history, read again, and there it is. So it's got that one. And the last thing that we can do is we can create a story using AI. And you'll see that some of these are colored and some of these are grayed out. One of the things that happens is the more that we read, we get reading achievements, and then basically we can unlock new characters, elements. And so let's say we are going to read a story about a rabbit that is at school, and we can kind of preview our reading level. And if you click on the little eye over here, it tells us what we want. So levels 3 to 4, early stages of independent reading. They're comfortable with basics, vocabulary, and sentence structures. We're going to pick this one. And now it's creating my story about the rabbit and school. So we are going to have to select our microphone. That might pop up the first time. It wants us to keep reading, and then when we're done, we're going to press stop. So let's just jump in and see what this looks like from the student perspective. So it's going to count down, and you can see down here that it's reading because the pulsing read button. Fluffy the rabbit hopped along the path to school, his books in his backpack, bouncing with each step. Today was a special day. It was the first day of school. As he drew closer, the school came into view. It was a tall building with red bricks and shiny silver roof that sparkled in the sun. So I'm going to stop there. We could read the whole thing. You see, I only read for 51 seconds. One of the things that happens is with our the higher the level we go, the more reading stamina it builds up. It tells me my accuracy, and then it gives me some practice words. So these were words that it thought that I might need some practice on. So I can click on the practice words, and okay, if you didn't hear that, it said these are my challenging words. I should select them to tackle them. So I'm going to click on this one. So before I do that, I can hear the word. And if it is multisyllable, I can stretch it out. Okay, so now I'm going to try that into All right, it tells me up here I'm making my brain stronger. Nice work. You see, it gives me a star. It also is intuitive. When I'm finished, the microphone shuts off, so I don't have to keep doing that. I'm going to go to the next one. View, and it gave me a star there again. Now let's try sparkled. I can stretch the word here. Does it give me a picture? No. Sparkled. And it liked how I read that one. Again, it's reminding me that my brain is getting stronger. And there's left here. Come. So you'll see here that it's going to tell me that I didn't quite get it. I only have half a star. Let's try it again. Came. Okay, I'm done those words. I can close. And now I can read again, or I can practice the words. So let's go home and see what some other options are here. If I go into my history, we can see different pieces that I've read. And let's just keep going to Hoppy the school here. Fluffy, I'm going to pick up in the middle. Fluffy felt excited, but also a little nervous. He had never been to shul before, but he knew that he would make new friends. As he hopped up the steps to the big wooden doors, he wondered what his teacher, teacher would be like. I can also turn on syllables, and you'll notice here that the double syllable words are given a little syllable break. I can also increase text if I'd like, change the font, and if it is helpful, I can also change the theme as well. My chapter is done, and now I get to pick what happens next. So let's say I want to choose Fluffy's new friends. Fluffy the school, level 3. I'm going to turn this back to white. Fluffy and Daisy drew colorful pictures. And again, if I need to see a word at any time, it's got this nice picture dictionary that shows up. Miss Hopper said, "It is time to go home now, but remember to come back tomorrow for a special surprise." Fluffy wondered what the surprise could be, and he felt very excited. Okay, we're going to stop reading there. Click on See Results. 55% accuracy, partly because I was talking to the recording as I was doing that, so I was reading words that weren't there. Typically, the accuracy I find is quite high. I'm going to go back to keep reading. Again, I didn't finish the last one, so it would have counted that in my low accuracy because I didn't finish. Fluffy and Daisy walked home after school. And let's go and read a passage that's a little harder. Let's go up to level 7. Impact of volcanoes, just to see what other reading levels are like. What happens when a volcano erupts? A lot of people first think of the molten rock or lava that explodes or oozes out of a volcano. It might also release gases like sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide. Okay, so you get the picture. These gases and tiny particles might even block sunlight and cause cooling over large areas of the earth. And as you can see, as I'm scrolling through, this is quite a long reading. So here you can see that I've unlocked a new character. And so I can either keep it or I can swap it. Let's say that I don't want the character. Let's say that I want to have a dinosaur. I can keep that. So that's kind of fun. And again, you can see that my results, my pronunciation accuracy, partly happened because I didn't read the whole passage. For your older students, this is a great way to improve their reading stamina. All right, we're going to go back to home, and you can see here now, as a student, I have my individual progress, 21 minutes reading, 18 sessions, overall accuracy 74, again, partly because I didn't finish some of my passages, correct words per minute. And these are some of the badges that I get. And so the more I read, the more items that I unlock. Again, you can see the history. These are readings that I've done or started. These are some of the AI ones that I started, and these are some of the ones that I've finished. And so I could go back and finish those. Now, what we don't have in Reading Coach is a teacher dashboard that collects all of our students so we can see them all together. But you could certainly have the students learn to do a screenshot and put that into Seesaw. Would be a great way to do that as well. So that is an overview of Reading Coach that we now have access to. Students can also do this reading at home. Parents need a Microsoft account, or students could probably log in at home as well. So Reading Coach